Peace, peace. I'm Allah Infinite. I'm here with my brother, Divine Understanding. Say peace, God.
Peace.
You know, so we were building on 120, right? And we were going through if 120 is to be taken on face value. Now, my stance is I don't take nothing on face value. I use mathematics to draw up all things that I come in contact with. Now, for what I found in 120, I found it to be right. You know, then when I, like I said, when I got to that first degree, before I even knew about our Savior has arrived, I knew that there was something wrong there, and I had to add it up, and that they had to add the 900 years that was missing in the first degree of the 140. So I'm saying all that to say that, you know, I don't take anything on face value. So we use mathematics and we weigh and judge things through mathematics to see things as right and exact. Now your position is what, God?
If you had anything to take on face value, it'd have to be 120. Because there's already people ahead of us to show and prove it was right and exact. And that's why we went that way and got knowledge yourself. Later on, you started studying and researching, but I don't see myself as doing all that research, all those books, all that shit that I got to show and prove 120. It's not to show and prove it to me. I knew it was right and exact. As soon as God gave it to me, I knew it was right and exact. Everything in it I knew was right and exact. I read it, I said, oh yeah, this is what I've been looking for. This is right and exact. Now all I gotta do is go out and find the proof that proves it's right and exact so I can bond the other people with it. That's how I've always approached 120. So, and it's been very successful for me. When I knew that Yakub did what he did with the any live grafted germ from original devil, once I knew he did that, then when I seen understanding, I knew it was devil. I didn't need to. I took a lesson on face value saying that any live grafted germ from original was devil. As soon as I saw a live grafted germ from original that was devil, it was once a leaf and then I knew it was devil. See, so that's how I knew. Things like that would show and prove. I would say, who's the original man? Original man is the Asiatic black man, make on the planet Earth, false civilization, God of the universe. So now I'm taking that on face value. And then I went and seen J.A. Rogers, Sex and Races, Volume 1, 2, and 3, and all these other books, Black Men and Now and His Family, Lady Cantrell, and all those books for Superman and Man, they were showing and proving what 120 already said. So who was I going to get to show and prove it? People say they ain't taking it on face value, so what are they either going to the excavation sites and physical cells? They not doing that. Or they going to the museum, so what are you reading the story that they put, or you just looking at the pictures, the bones, the whatever, artifacts? Or, so what? You are taking things on face value. People are taking it on face value, and then later on, they try to see if it's the proof, if it's right and exact or not. When they get 120, and you're giving 120, and I'm getting 120 from my God, he's not saying, show and prove it first, and then learn how to quote it. No, we learned how to quote it. And then you went to the point where you got the lessons and you built on them, and then you showed and proved. And not once did they come to me and say, how do you see today's mathematics and show and prove that, and I ain't quote the lesson yet. What are you quoting, Lord? I'm quoting the mathematics. Okay, we're going to build with you on that. Can you show and prove that? I ain't showing and proving yet. I'm just quoting it. See?
Right. No.
That is taking it on face value.
Okay.
You hoping your enlightener gave you some right shit and you doing it. Later on you might find like they be saying, oh, well later on I found out I got it better. Some people didn't get it right. They like, I got it better. Well, if they didn't get it right when they got it, then they must have took it on face value thinking it was right. And then later on they found out it wasn't right. Why? Because enough people that said, well, that ain't really how we do it. See, that's what happens, is that people who came before us, you getting it one person, people who came before us will get together with you and say, no, that's not how we learned it. Now you're saying, oh, so I gotta tell you, I need to learn it that way. So we're all doing it.
No, well, here's my thing, God. You know what I'm saying? Because the subject arose from when we was discussing about the swine being a cat, rat, and a dog, right? So when we dealing with that, you know, not everybody has said plus lesson that.
No, but when we speak on it, we're gonna say, where did that
come from? No,
yeah,
right. So what I'm saying is that, like, as we come amongst each other, because we're in our own rights, we're all scholars and scientists and mathematicians. So we're measuring certain things. So how did you come to that measurement? You know, you couldn't have taken it just as somebody just gave it to you that way and just run with it and say, okay, that's right and exact.
No, nobody gave it to me. It's in Elijah's lessons.
Right,
theology of time.
Somebody had to give you that.
No, they didn't. I found it on my own.
Okay, so when you found I found it on my own.
God gave me the lessons.
But Elijah's giving you a set of.
No, Elijah didn't give me. If we're gonna go through technicalities of it, God gave it to me. God got it from. Who did he get it from? Law Foundation. He got it from a Law Foundation, and it just goes right on up till we get to the Father. So, my father gave us his book of lies. We could pull up all his books of lies, everything that he gave us. We could pull them up. We know what he gave us. So he gave us that. So that's where it came from. So later on, if you're saying it is or it isn't, to me, it's irrelevant. I don't even care if it's real or it ain't real, whatever. It gets the point across. The point across is whether it's rat, cat, and the dog or it ain't. The point is, don't eat the swine.
Right, no, that's my point.
So,
that's my point.
Who cares if you genetically did it or you didn't?
No. See, now, because I want to put it into context, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, the question was about smoking weed, right? And Sunya's answered that, you know, a lot of brothers who say that smoking weed is okay because weed is a natural plant, right? So he said, well, okay. His response is, well, feces is natural. You know,
natural waste, though.
Right, natural waste. A pig is a natural animal.
Yeah, but it already has plenty of books and laws and rules and regulations that say we shouldn't do it. So that's not the same thing. That's not a good analysis as far as I'm concerned, because that doesn't correlate. See, you got to deal with correlation. 120 taught me to deal with correlation. Like when I see equality, I correlate equality with matter. It correlates. I correlate equality with woman, with planet. It correlates. Anything that is made or grown from the beginning. See how it correlates? Even in the lessons, it'll say equality. Equality born, knowledge added onto a cipher. Knowledge added onto a cipher, 120 lessons. Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun. See the correlation? So if it doesn't correlate, usually it ain't right. See, you use 120 to guide you through.
Right. See, for me, when I look at a swine, and I look at and in my own studies, I know about the science of the trichinosis worm. I know the science of that a pig doesn't have his own sweat, doesn't have sweat glands. You know, and the diet of a swine and the habits of a pig and all that. So I know for myself that is not something that I want to eat. But now this thing about being a cat, rat, and a dog. Okay, now here's the thing.
Why don't we draw the lesson up?
No, but let me add on
those three animals. Aren't those three animals kind of scavenger, carrion
eaters? I see that. No, but here's the thing, though. I don't. What in my point, and when I say I don't take things on face value, because when I teach something, I want to be able to, like you said, correlate it. See, now Elijah said things that
he correlated.
But many things that he personally could show and prove. Now, I may not be at a degree where I could show and prove those things, so I'm not going to teach. So we always teach what you know, right? So you don't teach what you don't know. So if we out.
Some people teach what they don't know.
But that's not how I was taught. That's not how I was.
I know plenty of people teach what they don't know. They don't.
No, and so do I. But I'm saying me personally.
Right, because it's being done. I mean, there's one thing about I learned about 120 is when we start acting like things are absolute, you err it in. Because the only thing that's absolute is the devil is absolutely the devil. But even in his devilism, he ain't absolutely doing devilism all the time. Otherwise, he wouldn't be the truth of force who strings he makes. He'd be bouncing back and forth. He does it that way. He send the nice devils in. Y'all make friends. They really be nice devils. You be hanging out together. Y'all have children. It all be good. They call it the Mediterranean mix. And then in back of them come the other ones. After they get in and we friends, I'm bringing my family members too. They want to come. Oh, bring them. You thinking that his family members are like him. No, they're mercenary soldiers. So that's how it happened. All you got to do is look at that movie Wakanda, you see. The nice ones came first. And then here come Claw. He done find out about the vibranium from the nice one.
Talk about the Black Panther movie.
Exactly.
Right. No, God. See, now I share that with you. What you saying? You know
what I learned that. Remember when you say INFMEGA's world?
The world according to Inf.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Okay.
I didn't get it right.
No.
But it's in your world, right?
Right. And the world according to Inf.
When you're looking at things, and when we all looking at things, we really looking at it from this perspective out. But that doesn't mean that your perception is what's really going on.
Right. This is why we come together. This is why we come together.
And we throw some perceptions out there together.
Right, and we come together and we build and we add on. And this is the signs of us being, a nation, and we come together so we can say like, all right, well, God, you see that, but you didn't actually see the whole entire picture. Here's another here's another piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
So, that's why everything is, for me, everything is always subject to being shown and proven.
Oh, that's without a shadow of a doubt. We always say that. That's part of our shit.
Everything
I'm saying that people say, I don't take 120 on face value, and I just proved you did. You learned how to quote it first. You didn't show and prove jack shit. You was quoting it. The guard came to me and said, I was like, yeah, I want knowledge of self. He said, I said, why you ain't give me knowledge of self? We've been hanging. He said, you didn't ask for it. I said, oh, I want knowledge of self. He said, okay, quote after me. I self the true reality, said a man God. I didn't say, oh, well, we got to show and prove that before I quote it. No, that's not what I said. I was so happy that he gave me something to quote. Now, after I quoted and I could quote it, then I started looking in Psalms 82, and then I started looking. I didn't look first and then quote. Otherwise, I wouldn't have needed to quote it.
You know what, God? That's interesting, because that's how you got it. See, for me, it came to me by way of the streets and
plus
the
your
music.
brother was in the house.
Right, my brother. So there was certain things, right? So certain things that was being said that
you kind of had to get it on face value, because that was your brother saying it. You telling me you didn't believe your brother?
No. What? At first, I was like, yo, what is he saying? He's saying something other than what
your parents said. Right. I didn't have that. My parents were saying it.
Right, but so my old earth is saying, Jesus, that, and my grand earth and whatnot was saying this, and
everybody had 120 in the house.
No, they didn't have my people didn't have one. My old earth had Christianity and the Bible, whereas my physical had 120, and he's coming along, and he's close. Of course, he's closer to my age, so he has more influence on me.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying. So
and I believed him.
But I'm seeing. Didn't something.
The Father say our friends give it to us?
Yeah.
Because you believe your friend. Right. Why is my friend gonna? Me and Igar wasn't just. We was gonna hang together even if 120 wasn't there. We was gonna hang. That was my friend. We was people. I knew his brothers and sisters. His brother. I knew his family. He knew my family. We was gonna be together. I knew he wasn't lying to me. Yeah, I took what he said on face value. That's my man. I know he didn't did the reach. That's Igard. Nobody in that area could touch him. He was the man. Mm-hmm. So I knew that what he had was right and exact. Yeah, I took it on face value. The God got high power shit. I'm gonna learn this.
I can't say that what I see. What I did take it on face value, but I couldn't say that it was right and exact because I didn't have that science right then and there. Of it to even measure.
No, I couldn't either.
Right.
He's telling me to quote it. I'm quoting it.
Right.
I couldn't say. I just knew it was right and exact because I could feel it in me.
Right. No, because you said I feel it.
I knew it was right.
So, because I remember like my physicals and my sister's boyfriends, they wasn't eating swine at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they were saying, don't eat swine because it isn't good for you. And that was just the first jewel that they gave. Don't eat that because it isn't good for you. And I'm very sensitive. Well, why isn't that not good for me? You know what I'm saying? And it took me a little bit to kind of to digest that mentally. It's not good for me. I still fucked with about when I first heard it, because I'm still under the mindset of what my parents was giving me. You get what I'm saying? But then after I started measuring and started looking into it, well, wow, and actually I started looking at the Nation of Islam, and I see how they were all sharp, clean, cut, and whatnot. And then I'm also looking at the hustlers in the streets who are talking this 5% rap that they got it a certain way, And then I look at my grandma Earth, and I'm looking at my old Earth, and I'm looking at their friends, and I'm saying, yeah, that's not a direction that I want to go in. You know what I'm saying? So at that young age, I was able to measure, well, this person's telling me don't eat it, this person's eating it, and this is how they're living versus this is how, you know, the person who doesn't live. I want to go more in this direction, so yeah, I'm going to go this way.
It's like they say we don't judge. Yes, we do.
Right,
we judge every day.
Right.
You make a judgment call if you're going to go that way or that way.
Right.
If you're going to be with these people or you're going to be with these people. You're going to do this or you're going to do that. You have those judges. You have to make judgment calls. You have to.
Right.
When you see a honey, you make a judgment call. Even if you don't say it in your head, you say, she's fine to you or not. She might be fine to you and not to me.
Right, yeah, true indeed.
But you might say, yes, oh, damn, she is bad. You made a judgment call.
You made a judgment, right, and you got to judge. All of us got to judge, and that's my point. We all got to judge for ourselves, and in our judgment, what are we using to judge? Because the difference have different measurements of judgment.
Well, you're using whatever you're using.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what each person is using, but everybody's using something. They ain't using their parents, their past experience, whatever. Whatever they're using, you hope that the measuring stick that they're using is good. So once I saw how I God was, like you said, I saw what I was looking at. I seen all that, and I said, I like that 120 measuring stick. I know people be saying, oh, but you do take it on faith. I mean, I look at things in this reality, and I know what I did.
No, God. See, for me, God, once I got to that first degree, who was the original man, that's when I was like, okay, let me investigate. And I needed to be able to show and prove because I didn't want to sound stupid.
No, you did need to know how to show and prove. But when we first was quoting it, you wasn't showing and proving. You was learning how to quote it.
No, I mean,
he wasn't testing you on your showing and proving.
No. But that was something that came out of Brand Nubian because I heard it. He said the maker, the owner, the cream.
Oh, you heard it from there.
First.
See, I didn't hear it from there
I said, that's what I'm saying. Everybody gets it differently.
Yes, they do.
Everybody gets it differently. So I mean, that's what
I heard it in my house first.
That's when I first heard it. So
right, we knew that quote before we even knew what we were quoting.
But I'm saying, but before I even got into 120, before I even really had, I knew because by way of that song, right?
Oh, by that song, right.
By way of that song, you know what I'm saying? So you make it on cream pie.
I remember the record.
And I'm saying,
that
wow.
was cassette days.
Right. So now when I'm going amongst my old earth, my physical sisters, my other physicals and whatnot.
Right.
I didn't want to sound stupid, so yeah, I had that on cap, but I went
Christianity on cap. That there's no way a man could be God.
Right.
So you knew they was going to come from that angle.
Right.
I didn't have that problem in my house, so I didn't have to even think about that.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, so when you encounter
it gives you other accumulated facts to look for.
This is what I'm saying.
But still, you weren't trying to show and prove that to you. You said to yourself, when I say this to them, that this is the truth, they're going to question it. I need to find some proof that they'll be able to.
Right.
So you still knew it was right. You just needed to prove it to them.
But I needed to. It's just like when you in school, God, and you say, when the teacher says to you, well, here's this math problem. Answer it and show me your work. Show me how you got to that.
But first, they showed you how to do it.
They show you how to do it, but then they give you these examples, right? And they say, all right, just to exercise your knowledge, they say, all right, you take this knowledge and you exercise.
Now you do it.
Now you do it. So, but show me how you got there. Show me your work. So this is
when we do that. When we teach 120, we do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying.
Do your research, find out this, that, the third. But we all doing our research based on we're saying this is the absolute truth.
INFMEGA did this.